is, from my perspective, a critical role in the patient safety system. But there are many other organisations, many other players on the scene in terms of patient safety. So there's the NHS trusts themselves and practitioners, but also the regulators. So I wondered, in your role, again, over the last 18 months, to what extent you've been able to engage with others with an interest in patient safety so that your aims are aligned and you're working well together.
Well, I see my role as part of that kind of golden thread to help align the system. And I've set up a network for execs from trusts to meet regularly so that I can understand from their perspective where safety is important, but also brought together a group of the leaders of patient safety organisations, which I co-chair, and we meet monthly. We're able to understand each other's roles and remits better, and also to work together to be able to get the messages through that really matter. And if I give an example, for example, with Martha's Rule, when I was asked to develop the policy to make Martha's Rule a success in England, the only way to do that was by working collaboratively with many other parts of the system. Because when we have a system problem, we need to find a system solution to it. So by working with the family, with patient groups, with providers, with regulators, with officials, we were able very quickly to establish what matters, to be able to pull together the recommendations which I made to the Secretary of State. And I'm absolutely delighted that Martha's Rule is now being piloted in more than 100 trusts have signed up to take part in that. This is by way that patients in hospital will be asked on a daily basis whether they're feeling well or ill, whether they're feeling better or worse than the day before, and how that information will be used in a structured way to predict and identify deterioration. And then all staff need to have access to a 24/7 critical care outreach if they've got concerns about the patient. And the Martha's Rule element is that patients and families will also have access to that same path for elevating concerns about deterioration. And not just in terms of the work that the trusts are doing, what I'm really excited about is that so many other parts of the healthcare system are also going to be doing actions that will support the implementation of Martha's Rule. And that includes the professional regulators, the Care Quality Commission, the Health Services Safety Investigation Body, and also parts of the system which represent members of staff and represent providers, such as the NHS Confed and NHS providers. And I think that by working together and developing systems that are going to be aligned, that are going to be coordinated and going to be supportive, we'll see a big step change in the way that patients' voices are listened to and that concerns are taken seriously.